How you guys doing? And today we're gonna go ahead and mount the tires that I told you guys I was gonna buy on these V-Rod wheels and the beadlocks that were on the Fairmont. So because I've never done beadlock stuff before, don't take this as a tutorial because I'm not gonna really explain to you how, you know, the theory about beadlock stuff. I just put shit on and basically don't use this as a guide, obviously, as you can see what's going on here. Today we're gonna go ahead and install these guys, these tires on the white car. So the white notch is over there chilling, and I went ahead and bought myself a couple of 275 60/15 DOT Pro tires from Havoc Speed. The guy is legit. It's literally right next door to me. And go up there, give the guy some cash, and we were good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and install these guys on the wheels, but don't take this as a tutorial. I'm just kind of like gonna install them. Now, a lot of you guys did have some questions on email regarding the bead that I was talking about, and what I'm talking about is this guy right here. This guy right here seemed to be thinner on a DOT Pro than the ET Street R, but after looking at this guy, it looks pretty beefy. So we'll see how it looks once I install the tire on the rim. That's the gist of it. What I do the rest of the way is I use the air so that the backside can properly seat, but I don't, you know, give it a bazillion pounds. I just kind of incrementally bring it up. Might be wrong. Tire experts out there tell me I'm wrong. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Cool story. Literally don't care. So let me get the beadlocks on and then go ahead and get some air in it. Okay, they're installed. I think I'm missing one, so I want to see if I can find a spare, because I think I got spares when I got these guys, and I'm hoping they're the same size. But they're obviously going to be black, obviously. But I'll see if I can find the spare ones. But let me get the air pump out. But yeah, about 15 minutes each to get them installed. Easy. Keep on trucking and get some air in them, and see if they hold air, and then get them installed on the white car. So basically, I'm going to use the air to bring that bead in. Most of you are probably cringing right now, but it'll be fine because I've done it like 13 times. tell me why a Fox body needs that much extension in the back? Like, I get it if it's in the front, but why the hell is it in the back? Jesus Christ. That's pretty tough. That's a pretty tough look right there. Dang, I wish I can get a wide angle and it's not sticking out that much. I mean, just a hair. Just past the fender. If you look at it here, it sticks out a little bit, but I don't know. It's kind of tough. Let me get the light away from it, see if it does any better. There we go. There we go. Yep, once I get the other side on the ground, it'll be good. Man, I didn't think it would look like that. Shit. All right, let's get the other side on. I don't think it's rubbing. I'm gonna make sure it's not rubbing. So, alright, video here to see if it's rubbing. No sir, look at that. Got some clearance. Tight. Might rub eventually, but so far, so good. Excellent. Alright. There you go. This is the cell phone camera, just giving you a better representation of what's going on here, but looks a lot better with these wheels. I'm like super fucking nice. Like I'm really happy how they came out. So hopefully, you know, once I get the carburetor back, I can test out these DOTs. Looks like this rear end is kicked out that way some, because see how much stick out I have here versus how much stick out I have here. Let me see, turn it around. Yep, there we go. I have a little bit more stick out on this side, so it looks like the rear end is kicked out this way a little bit. So maybe it's normal, who the fuck knows. I remember some S197s were like that until you put the panhard bar and it kind of leveled things out. Okay, so let's finish up this video here, because you saw how the wheels and tires look on the Fox body. It looks great. I love how it looks. Came out really nice. But I also wanted to mention some stuff about the Whipple supercharger on the GT500. So a lot of you guys saw the test that I did last time where I installed the VMP TVS on my GT500. After a new belt and a couple other things, it made 993 or 997 rear wheel horsepower, almost a thousand, let's call it 1,000. At 20 PSI, and the IATs were really good. So somebody from Whipple reached out to me and said, wait a minute, Alex, wait a minute. You're telling me that at 20 PSI, that little 2.6 TVS made 1,000. We're pretty sure that if you get a bigger pulley on the Whipple, we think you could still make 1,100 and IATs be lower. I said, oh, go ahead, explain that to me. So the way they proposed it to me is this. So here's the Whipple. So the way they proposed it to me is this. Alex, you can only get so much into the engine, and the rest of it ends up here, restricting it. Okay, so what happens when you restrict airflow, you're gonna get higher IATs, more torque, and generally less power. Or not just say less power, let's just say less efficiency, because you're shoving in a bunch of boost, but it's not all making its way into the engine. Most of it is getting bunched up back here, and you're reading 29 PSI on the gauge. And I'd love to give you something that has a bigger pulley on it, and we can see if that lowers the boost but keeps the power the same. Now this thing made 1100 horsepower, 900 or so pound-feet of torque, or high 800 pound-feet of torque. So he's like, well, the little 2.6 TVS got you 993 and about 800 pound-feet of torque, but you're out of boost. I said, yeah, you're right. I can't go any higher with the VMP TVS. It's literally out of boost. Like, I can't do anything about it. I can't raise boost unless I get a 20% overdrive. Right now it has a 10% ATI overdriven lower. And I, replacing the ring, getting a new belt, blah, 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 blah. He said, look, I'll send you some pulleys. Okay, I'm gonna send you a 4-inch, a 3 and 3/4, so 3.75, a 4-inch, and I believe a 3.625. That will lower boost because it's a bigger pulley, so it'll spin the rotor slower. But the boost being lowered might fix your IAT issue and still retain the power that it was getting before. Are you willing to put the blower back on? I said, hell yeah. You guys send me some pulleys, I'll put this guy back on, figure out the belt size, get it back on the dyno, and see. And again, no ice on the dyno, no ice. It didn't get over 120. This guy would get over 200 or 160 plus 170 down the track at 30 psi, because it was just, the air was bunching up at the backside. Couldn't get the air all in the motor because it's either the motor's just not flowing enough or the case is not that efficient. So give it a shot. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get 2 different pulleys on it. I'm going to start with the 3.7 and see what that does, figure out the belt size. Then the 4-inch, figure out what that makes. And honestly, if this thing makes 1100 or even 1000, or if it matches what the TVS did, I might keep it because it has the ability to make another 100 horsepower over the TVS without having to do anything different with the TVS itself, meaning I'd have to get a 20% lower raised boost, and if I can get in the 20 PSI range or 23, 24 PSI range with the Whipple, I think I'll be able to make close to the number that I want to make, which is about 1100. Let's just say 1100. Even though it's ridiculous on the street, I think it'll be a good starting point, and I'm going to try it. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work. Best case scenario, it works, and I can keep the blower because I love how it sounds. It's bigger, so it should be better. And if I can keep IATs under 150, then I'll be up money. So that's the next test I'll be making with the GT500. Don't mind the Tide bottle. This is my I used to be able to put water into the radiator here easy instead of spilling it all over the place. And I found that it worked out really well. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of pulleys on it, different sizes. Go to the dyno, see how much power it makes, and if I can lower the boost, lower the IAT, I might end up keeping the blower if it makes close to 1100 horsepower with about 5 less pounds of boost. All right, guys, that'll be it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a little tire mounting, nice wheels on the Fox body is going to be like probably the coolest car I have, just based on the amount of stuff that I have in the garage that I can modify. It's been a lot of fun. The ZR1, I have to wait for $2,000 headers. GT500 is pretty much done, so I need something to tinker with, and the Fox body fits that perfectly. All right, stay tuned for Whipple dyno results with bigger pulleys. Hopefully we can make same power, and once I get the carburetor back from AED, we'll keep chugging on the Fox body. Thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you later.